Hello everyone, good night. Welcome to the daily reading session. Let's introduce ourselves first. My name is James Ramadhani from the Vocational High School 9 Malang.
Hello, my name is Nara Kazima. I'm from SMK TVRI 13 Surabaya.
Oh, my name is Muhammad Paribadwanja from SMPN 1 Surabaya.
Hello everyone, my name is Rama. I'm from Pajajaran University.
Okay, thank you all for your introductions. Now let's get into our reading session. So we'll start with me first, okay? Less hubris, more humility. Jokowi and his investment minister Fahmin Lahadalia define strong words such as fight for sovereignty as an expression of their maximum efforts to protect the country and its people, but to others, especially in the realm of global trade and the international community, could be interpreted as inflexibility and a show of arrogance that may sour a relation with trading partners. Jokowi, as he once admitted, does not want Indonesia, as a nation that endured centuries of colonialism, to repeat its own history of being oppressed by other countries. What he considered an act of survival may be perceived as an attack on other countries. It is important for Indonesia to engage in more dialogues and negotiations to address the criticism, especially related to trade and economy, rather than in a war of words in media. Sometimes the oppressed, when they survive, become the oppressor themselves. Indonesia is still far from its goal of becoming a high-income country in 2045. It is a marathon rather than a sprint. Too much hubris will only drain our energy for nothing.
Okay, title is the seventh of Ukraine security framework. The kingdom, the states, and global elites will go to unparalleled security assurance for Ukraine on Wednesday. After the NATO summit, the Jones denotes the outcome as absurd, saying Ukraine deserves and their timetable while it was fighting against a Russian invasion object in February 2022. Instead, a declaration by the group of seven most Russian countries will see out how allies will support Ukraine over the coming years to end the war and deter and respond to any further attack. The UK government statement in practice, the would form a spiritual agreement with Kiev a long-term military and financial aid to keep Ukraine and economy running. A White House official said the US would start self-struck with Kiev soon. We expect more than G7 allies as partners will want to join afterwards, and though there are one bilateral version of this, that the official the G7 is made up of the US, Germany, Japan, France, Canada, Italy, and the UK. NATO and allies would allow mutual security guarantees the concept that an attack on one is an attack on all. This could fully operate extended and firm military commitment to Ukraine. Worried that war is taking closer to full on war with Russia. China is deeply suspicious of the last binding security assurance, even that Russia invention of the template that so called Budapest Memorandum. Other will keep giving up its Soviet and nuclear arms.
Thailand. Thailand, aku sebut Thailand. ASEAN to reduce the Myanmar peace pledge. ASEAN's priority at this very moment in the implementation of the 5 PCA and nothing else that knows us there. At the time of Retno announcement, Hong Kong top diplomat Wu Pramudwinai told reporters that Thailand remains faithful to the 5 PC, including during his meeting with Suu Kyi on Sunday. Yes, there was a meeting. Pramudwinai said. The key was in good health, and it was a good meeting. She encouraged dialogue. The 77 years old outset Democratic leader Suu Kyi was sentenced last year. late last year to 33 years in prison, including their years of hard labor on junta charge of corruption and other offenses. Since her imprisonment, Suki has not met with any ASEAN envoys or any official from the Indonesian Foreign Ministry.
Serving 18 stations along a 44-kilometer route to some of Jakarta satellite cities. The LRT is expected to help alleviate the capital chronic traffic issue by encouraging the use of public transportation. Authorities are planning to integrate the LRT with other public transportation service in Jakarta, including the Transjakarta City Bus Service, the MRT, and the commuter line train. The Greater Jakarta LRT and the existing commuter line train, which follow similar route, could together carry around 1.7 million passenger per day, official side. The government is considering extending the LRT network further south to Bogor City and east to Karawang Regency, both in West Java. The commuter line train is currently the only rail transportation option in both places.
Last year's more humility. Jokowi and his investment minister Bahlil Lahadalia defend strong words such as "fight" or "sovereignty" as an expression of their maximum effort to protect the country and its people, but to others, especially in the realm of global trade and the international community, could be interpreted as inflexibility and a show of arrogance that may sour relations with trading partners. Jokowi, as he once admitted, does not want Indonesia as a nation that endured centuries of colonialism to repeat its own history of being oppressed by other countries. What he considered an act of survival may be perceived as an attack on other countries. It is important for Indonesia to engage in more dialogue and negotiations to address the criticism, especially related to trade and economy, rather than on a war of words in the media. Sometimes the oppressed, when they survive, become the oppressors themselves. Indonesia is still far from its goal of becoming a high-income country in 2045. It is a marathon rather than a sprint. Too much hubris will only drain our energy for nothing.
Okay, more ends. On Wednesday, Zelensky was holding bilateral meetings with the US, Canada, Germany, UK, Japan, and the Netherlands on the sidelines of the second day of the NATO summit. The Vilnius to secure more ends for his counter-offensive. One weapon for our values for protection of life on the wall of Ukraine. We will bring new important events to the Ukraine, he said on Twitter. The visiting of a new NATO Ukraine Council was also due on Wednesday, in a formal designate to begin cooperation between Kiev and the 31 nation allies. NATO was set up in 1949 to be penalized against any attack from the Soviet Union. On the Cold War ended, and some in the West hoped to improve ties with Moscow. A civil NATO-Russia Council was set up in 2002. NATO stopped that Brexit experiment after Russia annexed the Black Sea Peninsula of Prime of Kiev in 2014, and then went to the separatist rebel fighting government troops in Eastern Ukraine. Russia physically expansion in 2022 blocked what led to Europe to spread, developing Cold War era animosities. NATO said Ukraine would not be allowed in war with Russia. Washington and Berlin warning against any move that could put the alliance into the conflict with Moscow. Because of Ukraine and NATO decision in Eastern Europe and elsewhere. On the other hand, our British and Asia was disappointing outcome on the first day of the summit. Lucia, we say not to what occupation, essential to its own security. Briefly listed out.
Yes.
Yeah.
ASEAN delivers the Myanmar peace plan. ASEAN priority at this very moment in the implementation of the 5PC and nothing else, Retno asserted. At the time of Retno announcement, Bangkok diplomat Pramudwinai reported that Thailand remained faithful to the 5PC, including during his meeting with Suu Kyi on Sunday. Yes, there was a meeting, Pramudwinai. No, he said. Suu Kyi was in good health and it was a good meeting here, according to Dialog. The 7 years old outside Democrat leader Suu Kyi was sentenced last year to 33 years in prison, including 3 years of hard labor on Pinta charge of corruption and other offenses. Since her imprisonment, Suu Kyi has not met with any ASEAN envoys or any official from the Indonesia Foreign Ministry.
Serving 18 stations along a 44-kilometer route to some of Jakarta's satellite cities, the LRT is expected to help traffic issue by encouraging the use of public transportation. Authorities are planning to integrate the LRT with other public transportation service in Jakarta, including the Transjakarta City Bus Service, the MRT, and the Commuter Line train, the Greater Jakarta LRT, and the existing Commuter Line train, which follow similar route. Called together carry around 1.7 million passengers per day, officials say. The government is considering extending the LRT network further south of Bogor City and east to Karawang Regency, both the West Java. The commuter line train is currently the only rail transportation option in both places.
Okay, thank you everyone for attending this night reading session. I will see you tomorrow for the morning reading session. Goodbye.